Welcome back to Ancardia, everybody. This is Ancient Domains of Mystery, and we are back to surviving Ancient Domains of Mystery's roguelike mode. I am your host, Ziegander, and let's get back to my character, Ziegander, and his playthrough highlighting basically what to do and not to do in the early game of Ancient Domains of Mystery. Gained a level last episode, and we left off right before attempting to become the champion of the arena. So I talked to this guy. Well met once more, Ziegander. If you want to fight, you'll have to win a test fight to make sure ye art worth some gold. They'll fight'll run till one of you two is dead. Okay. I think it's always going to be a rat. Critically wound. Critical hit. Very well, ye survived. If you want to earn some real money, come back and we'll deal with another fight. So just keep talking to him and say yes. Critical hit. Critical hit. Something tells me the Sword of Sharpness just scores a critical hit all the time. Pick up gold in between fights. He drops it right underneath you. Okay, no critical hit there. I just scored like 5 critical hits in a row, though. Suddenly, oh yeah, okay. We got 20 fights until we're champion. There's a critical hit. Oh. Yep, keep fighting. Okay. So it does score critical hits often, but not all the time. I'm interested in using a scroll of great identify on this to see. Cookie contains a scrap of paper. They say that monuments can hold dark secrets. That's about statues, and they certainly can. Excuse me. I'm gonna let the ghoul come to me. Berserk. Almost killed it. Defensive. Took it down. Let's go back to aggressive. I'd like to use a scroll of great identify on the Sword of Sharpness to see exactly what that says, if anything, about the critical hit rate. I know a bloody dagger, for example, has like a 50% chance to score critical hits. Ah. And the Sword of Sharpness definitely seems like it's scoring critical hits very often. A black ring. Sounds ominous. I don't know what that does. It's definitely dealing a lot of damage. We blessed it, right? Yeah. So next we want to rust-proof it. Before we go get the Wand of Teleportation, which is my next stop after... What? I went to eat this. Oh, that's right. A dwarf won't eat orcs. Ooh, an Ankeg. Acid Breath. Can also grant acid resistance by eating it like an ant. Yikes. Your lightning does nothing to me, shaman. We're not resistant to lightning any way, shape, or form, are we? No. It's kind of surprising. That lightning could have tore us up. We don't have, like, alertness, right? No. We don't really have any way of resisting those bolts, but we did. I don't know what else to say about it. Super lucky. That's all that was. Let's get you off these rocks. Sort of sharpness. Displacer beasts are very hard to hit. They are in and out of the material realm. They're constantly phasing in and out. Almost champion. Hippogriff, easy enough. This is also a really good way to make gold. I don't know how much we started with, but we've probably made about 3,000 or 4,000 already. We got a wand. What does it do? Lightning. Okay, that's good. One charge left. Arena is as good a place as any to test out what a wand does. Fairly safe. 3 more fights. We are almost champion. We should be poison resistant, so the tarantulas know nothing to be worried about. What was that? Okay. 2 more fights. So this is the penultimate arena fight before fighting the champion. Dark Elven Warrior got crit, and then crit again. And next will be our championship bout. I think it should be against a Troll Berserker. 1 more fight, you'll be the new champion. Suddenly you stand in the arena. Oh, it's a Minotaur. That's easier. Deflect the attack of Spartacius the Minotaur. The Minotaur fails to hurt you. See, I was going to say, with the amount of protection we have, even if the Minotaur does hit us, he's not even going to hurt us. And we took him down for a decent amount of experience, and we are awarded. Congratulations, ye hast won your 20th fight. This makes ye the new champion. To acknowledge your heroic valor, will grant ye the golden gladius. Me hast won one of those blades in me great times. Congratulations, you've completed the quest to become arena champion. Pick up the golden gladius. It's a good sword. It's not as nearly as damaging as the Sword of Sharpness, but I'll go ahead and show it off. Golden Gladius. It does grant 3 defense and protection and 7 to speed. So it's really well rounded, but the 2d5 plus 2 damage is just very low. It's an average of 8 damage. Once we're using it, that's an average of 25 damage compared to over 40 with the Sword of Sharpness. What is that? 18? Oh no, exactly 40. Now you might be thinking, is 15 points of damage worth losing 7 speed and 3 defense and protection? Yes. Because our protection already is good enough. Our defense is already good enough. The 7 speed is cool, and certainly can be helpful if you need to run away from something, but the Golden Gladius is actually more handy for something else entirely. So let's go back down to Dwarf Town and go accept a further reward for this quest from Sundar. How's our sword level is 6, so that'll only increase our damage and defense value too the more we use the Sword of Sharpness. What do we got here? Crude spears? Let's pick them up. We're going to Dwarf Town to sell things anyway. Oh, these stupid green slimes. Scrubbing bubbles. Oh boy, they are multiplying like crazy. Multiplying faster than I can take care of them. It's trouble. At least they're weak enemies, but... Don't break my stuff. That was a timely critical hit there. Goblin Chieftain, I'll eat it. Yep. I'll pick up those quarrels. Something shield group increased to 8. That's excellent. It's just more defense. As a fighter, you're going to thrive on defense. So if you want to start a dwarf fighter, which is definitely a race class combination I do recommend for new players, once you've completed the protection value line of talents like we have with Mithril Skin, then you can start looking at Shield Specialist, because you're not going to have a shield in your hand. The more defense you have, the better. Defense just makes it harder for you to be hit. Protection value is fine for the early game, but you don't want to just keep trying to pile it on in the late game. Obviously, if you can increase it with gear any way you can, go for it, but you're going to just want to avoid hits entirely, because they're just going to start to deal so much damage that you'd rather not get hit at all. Now that we're back here, let's go get our reward from Thrundar. Quest. Well done. He drops, take this shield as a useful addition to your equipment. He'll actually only give you that reward if you're lawful and if you've talked to him about Rolf before doing that quest. And this shield is an excellent companion to an axe that we don't have yet, but it is a good axe, but the shield itself is outstanding. Ancient Dwarven Shield, Rolf's Savior. So compared to our Mithril Shield, that's +4 to melee attacks and +4 more protection. It also has other intrinsic qualities that I don't remember that we would only learn if I used a Scroll of Great Identify on it. And now, I mentioned that the Golden Gladius is a decent weapon, but it has a better use than using it as a weapon. If you go over and talk to this man in the golden helmet, Bart the Grizzled Gladiator grunts, "Hey, you got the Golden Gladius. You must be a promising fighter. I won 2 of those in me days. Lost both of them when me home village was pillaged by an elder chaos worm. Damn. Lost everything on that day. Wife, children, dog. Dost ye want to exchange the Gladius for some training I might give ye?" Oh, you know what? I did turn chat and alert off. I've decided I'm just going to keep my face in these videos. It doesn't look like the lighting in this room is pretty good. It's not as terrible as it was when I first started this series, and I looked like ridiculous. So we're just going to keep my face in the video. Dost ye want to exchange the Gladius for some training I might give ye? Definitely. It's absolutely worth it. Okay, now listen. Over the next hours, the old gladiator recounts a number of interesting tricks to you. He also shows some new weapon moves to you. So it increases like all kinds of your weapon skills. Didn't increase swords though. I think it might have given us some marks, but everything else went up to level 1. Unarmed fighting went up to level 3. Bows, I don't know if that went up from 5. I don't know if that was already 6. It must have been, because missile weapon combat didn't increase anywhere else. Shields didn't increase, but that's okay. But the main reason you do this is he gives you backstabbing, which is whatever. 2-weapon combat, and tactics. Tactics is the big deal. Starts off mediocre, right? Let me see if there's any explanation for this. This is an inherent knowledge you don't need to use explicitly. Adjust your current tactics with T. Alright, so nothing really to go on there. But the more you increase your tactics, the better damage and or defense return you're going to get from going up from normal or down from normal. To the point that when you have 100 tactics, Berserker gives you a plus 20 bonus to damage. It's amazing. Amazing. I like this tavern. It's so similar to the Axe and Hammer, the old Gladiator Tavern. Okay. Cool, bro. I'm happy for you. So we've got over 30 protection value now that we've got Rolf's Savior. That's amazing. And we're going to sell some more stuff. Now, I did pick up some more water, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if there's anything else I want to maybe check out. Ah, the black ring. I'm leery about that. I don't know what that would be. We do have one more holy water to make. We picked up some more Morgia root and some strange herbs. That'll be it. Of course, those herbs are cursed. The black ring is blessed. Let's find out what it is. If it's cursed, we can pray and get the curse removed. Let's see what it is. Take off the gauntlets, take off the fire resistance. It'll probably not auto-identify, to be honest. Yeah. It's not anything cursed. What's our damage right now? 48 plus 22. It's not going to be a ring of damage. It may be a ring of slaying. No? It doesn't boost any of our attributes. I don't know. I don't know what that could be. Maybe we've got a scroll of identify? We don't. We don't have identify or great identify. Let me drink this potential beauty before I forget. No, just get out of the way, Rune. Please. Alright. What else? Fire resistance, put the gauntlets back on, and then we've got some stuff to sell. Scale mail, crude knife, crude spears, crude knife, short bow, hand crossbow, rock, I don't know why I'm carrying that around, cooking set, rock with metal veins, iron ore, metal veins. Let me see what he'll offer me for that black ring. And, let's see, Devil's Roses. Okay. $600. We'll keep that. I don't know what it is, but we'll keep it. He doesn't have a scroll of identify or great identify either, unfortunately. They're not super rare, but let's eat some Morgia and make another offering to our deity. An offering of gold. We'll make an offering of about 10,000 gold. Mordwin favors you. So we're not extremely close yet. But there are more quests, at least one more quest to do with Thrundar. So we'll ask him about a quest. A vile demon has been terrorizing our homely village recently. Find and slay the vile beast. This character, Ziegander, I'm sure can just take it in melee, but an easier strategy. There it is. There's our greater demon. Let's recall monster memory on it. A demon with the power to create lesser beings of its kind. They have great powers of magic and manipulation on this plane. They usually take a humanoid shape ranging in size from large human to a large troll, depending on the powers it manifests. They seek the destruction of lawful beings and communities, usually to specific ends, as part of a barter for power. Average speed of 99, so they're actually relatively slow. But an easy strategy on this, go coward. They can breathe fire, and they can cast magic. So this can be a little dangerous to do, but if you're worried about fighting it, it can be safer. We've got fire resistance on, right? Yeah. Lead him over to the altar. He's already summoned other monsters, but that's okay. Lead them all over to the altar. They're obviously chaotic beings. And if you can get summoned, right. So you won't be able to sacrifice the summons. See, a mediocre sign of devotion. So you need to summon the greater guy. So take care of the lesser noobs. Getting shaky. See, this is one of the problems with the lesser demon. It has a spell that can damage your attributes. Getting shaky is dexterity damage. That's not that bad. But he can damage your other attributes. Oh my god. So if you get him on the altar, if you can get everyone else to get off the stupid thing. Oh my god, this is dumb. You can sacrifice him. Shift O. Congratulations, you've completed the quest to slay the terror demon. You get some experience for that. You also gain a lot of piety. Mordwin favors you. I should have just taken him out in melee. He damaged our learning. Let me pull up... I don't know what else he did. Thinking seems to get tougher. He damaged our stats pretty badly, actually. So let's see how that went. Screams words of magic. Every time he does that, he's trying to drain your stats. We were doing fine until we got to the altar. And then that's when, let's see, Breeze Fire, Arcane Formula. You're getting shaky, so he drained our dexterity by 1. Thinking seems to get harder. He drained our learning by at least 2, though, I'm pretty sure. Because it's 6, and I think it was 8 before. Not 100% certain on that, but that's okay. I just wanted to show you guys something cool. Oops. There we go. So, now that quest is over, we can get rewarded for it again. I want to say the part of the reward is another wand of fireballs, which is really awesome. Our village owes ye eternal gratitude. Take this as a sign of our respect. Oh no, okay. So that's the lead-filled mace, and that is the end of his quest line. If you ask him about quest again, he says, no longer has any quests for a hero as ye art. Journey to the deep levels of this dungeon. There ye will find ample opportunity for adventures. Ye might be the only chance to save our world from chaos. So the lead-filled mace is a very heavy, obviously, very heavy artifact. It does okay damage, but compared to the Sword of Sharpness, it's not worth switching from. But I'll show you. 8d5 plus 3, but it gives a -6 penalty to defense and a +1 bonus to attack roll. 8d5, average there is 3, so that's 24 average, and a max of 40 just from the dice. Your average here is 27 damage, but compare that to the Sword of Sharpness. The average of 48 is 18, plus 6 is 24. So it's 3 points of damage less than the big punch. We do have maces and flails trained up actually higher than swords, but it's still only barely better, and it weighs more than 20 times the amount. The fact that it weighs so much is what makes it the least worth carrying around. You can sacrifice artifacts to the altar for a big boost to alignment. The big punch might be worth it in this case, trying to be crowned champion. It's not a super huge boost though, so your mileage may vary. You may want to just keep it. Let's sacrifice it and see what happens. Mordwin favors you greatly. So we were favored, now he favors us greatly. That's even closer to being crowned, pre-crowned in this case. We haven't gotten enough of an alignment boost to get to Lawful Plus. What we can do now, we've completed all the Dwarf Town quests. Next up in the plot line-ish of this game, obviously, is going to be the Graveyard of Griff Bloodaxe. But before I do that, let's go get the Wand of Teleportation. And I think we'll take out the Crime Lord in Terrenio. We'll go, well, not in Terrenio, in Lawanithanol, well, whatever. We'll go to Terrenio and get the quest to take out the Crime Lord. And then we'll go ahead and do that, because that'll give us a big boost to Lawful Alignment. And I think either before or after we do the Graveyard, we're going to go get crowned. I'll show you guys what that means, how to do it, and what happens once you have done it. Get out of my way. Oh, whoops. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, buddy. That's a mithril girdle, I think. Oh, we're hungry. Stomophilia. Sure. You can also bless Stomophilia to get a big boost to Piety, but you can only offer so many vegetables. I don't know why, but only offer so many vegetables before... Oh boy. A lightning lizard. Don't shock me. But do give me your corpse. We don't have electricity resistance. And you can get that from eating a lightning lizard. What was I even saying now? I don't know. Oh yeah, offering herbs to the altar. You can offer food of any kind to your deity as a sacrifice. And Stomophilia offers the most satiation bonus of any kind of food item. Blessed Stomophilia does. So I think we'll work on picking some Stomophilia. I don't know if there was any here or not. Devil's Roses. Maybe over here. Also try to take care of some more green slimes on the way. Burbroot, Morgia, which we don't... Well, we can always use it to raise willpower. Oh no, the slimes are duplicating. Don't let them overrun the big room. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and head out of here. Just checking on those herbs. Oops. Switch places with me, orc. No, get away from me. Two ways to go here. I don't remember which is the right way. I never remember. What was this? Is this our blessing statue? Let's go ahead and get blessed about 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Let's see if this is the right way. It is, okay. will seems inflexible. That comes from eating Morgia before. Let's continue to eat more Morgia. Well, we've only got 3. Well, you always want to eat 4 at a time, so we'll save them. Unfortunately, we did not eat enough Morgia when our toughness was at 24 to get an extra bonus increase to 26, but that's okay. That would be pretty rare. We are off to Terranio. Or actually, do I have my pickaxe on me? I should. I do, okay. What happened to Emmerich? I got Fields Borrow Man on Twitch. He's asking me about another one of my characters. Emmerich's fine. This is just for my YouTube series. I hadn't recorded an episode in a while. So I recorded... I try to... when I have the time, I try to record more than one at a time. And then kind of parse them throughout the week. We're attempting to get the Wand of Teleportation. So this is the cave entrance, the rather boring cave entrance. It's always going to be right here. Much of this game is randomized, but the rather boring cave is always going to be right here. Right down the road from the pyramid. There won't always be a cave here. That's randomized, but the boring dungeon is right here. Well, we must have come in here before. I didn't even realize. We've already explored everything in here. Good. But I don't think I found... Yeah, I think we explored around and tried to find it, and I didn't find it. But that's okay. Let's see if... I don't remember if this character has teleport control. Oh, God. There's a chaotic altar in here? That's extremely bad. Well, no monsters. I stand corrected. I was going to say no monsters spawn in here, but... Do we have teleport control? No, we do not. Before you go trying to do this as a new player, it might be a good idea to get teleport control before trying to find the Wand of Teleportation. And with that chaotic altar in here, it makes it even more hazardous that I'm doing this. But in the interest of education, I am going to attempt to find it just to show you how. So basically there's a hidden room in here, and it's a very small room that houses a downstairs and a Wand of Teleportation. And you'll notice that my cursor on open ground that I can walk around on is this boot. On these walls, it's the gauntleted hand. If I happen to scroll over the hidden room, the cursor will transform into a boot. So we can look around all over the place and try to find it. And then we've got the pickaxe. So if we find it, we can dig to it. In order to do that, you want to put the pickaxe on your tool slot. I don't see it around here, so we'll just keep looking. Anything here? It's about 2 by 2, so it can literally almost be anywhere. You just have to search very thoroughly throughout the level. it's not always right past the wall either. Let's see what we've got here. Pretty much have to just go around and around and around through every empty square until you found it. Nothing here, alright. Anything here? No. No. Alright. Let's go in here. Oh. Well, teleport trap. I'm gonna head back over there. Because I wanted to check over here. So let's see what we've got. Anything? Anything? No. It's all solid rock. What about down here? Over here? Nothing. Nothing. All right. Keep looking. Pixie Archer suddenly disappeared. She'll be back. They always come back. Oh, see? Told you. Oh, she'll be back. Alright, let's search through here. I'm pretty sure I already did, but just to be extra thorough. Don't see anything. Don't see anything. So we had been through here, but what about through here? No. Alright. You just gotta be meticulous about it. Nothing here. Okay. What about down here? Nothing. Oh, you see? There's our room. It's actually just one by one. It's a little far to dig to. We may not make it, unfortunately. Wait, what happened to my pickaxe? Oh, I put it on. Let's bless the pickaxe. We've got a blessed pickaxe that at least gives us a better chance to get down there. And the room is right here. I'm going to dig from here. So you press U to use a tool, press O, and then just press in the direction that we want to dig. So we just got to keep doing this until we get down there. The axe can break. The pickaxe can break, unfortunately. So that's why I blessed it first. The rock resisted being broken there. We're doing so far so good. Continue to dig. The knoll's sneaking up on me. That's fine. So far so good. And we've made it. This is the steel wand is the wand of teleportation. And then there's a downstairs here. We can't do it though. Some invisible force tries to carry you away. You gotta be a way higher level and I honestly don't even know how to go to those downstairs, but I don't care. That's fine. Just coming here for the wand of teleportation is all I wanted. I'll keep that on, actually. We'll need it for the graveyard. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Surprised we don't have teleport control on this character yet. Ooh, we're hungry. Let's go ahead and eat some cooked lizards until we're satiated. What's lying here? Nothing I care about. A lesser demon. Enemies galore. Be a little careful going through here. The chaotic altar. Don't want to mess with that. Oh boy. Teleport trap. Let's try this again. Red worm can breathe fire and duplicate themselves. Hopefully there's not too many more or any more. Looks like we lucked out there. Careful going through here again. Don't teleport me. Get out of my way. Alright. And now we can leave. We've got the wand of teleportation. That's just a very handy, like, escape tool. If you get overwhelmed, teleport back to the up or downstairs and just get out of there. Regroup. Figure some stuff out. Alright, now before we head into the ancient dwarven graveyard right here, I am going to take the sheriff's quest from Tavern. No, I sure haven't found your puppy. We haven't even done the puppy cave on this character yet. That would also be a good idea to do. But I'm going to find the sheriff and take his quest to kill the crime lord in the thief town south of here. If I can find the sheriff. There's the blue dragon. I know I told you I'd get into that later. It's still not later enough for the dragon. The friendly blue dragon. We'll talk about it, I promise. There's the sheriff. Hey, you. Karnak no longer roams as part of the country. Let's play that he's gone for good. Venture to the outlaw hideout and kill Hotzenplotz. We are going to do that. Now, with this amount of protection, you might think, oh, I'm fine to fight him. No, you still don't want to fight him. He's actually really, really dangerous in melee. What you want to do instead, we've got a wand of acid and a wand of fire. I'm going to recharge the wand of acid by dipping it into booze. Booze increases the charges on wands. So now we've got, what, 2 charges? I'm going to continue to dip it in booze until we've got at least 5 charges. Dip it in booze. Alright, we've got 5 charges. The steel wand I also should leave a note on. Teleportation, just so I remember, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Teleportation, I spelled that right? Yes, okay. I'm going to now recharge the wand of fire. I don't even know how many charges it has, to be honest, but I'm just going to dip it in booze anyway. Cool. Alright. The wands soak up booze, and for some reason that gives them magic power again. Here's what you do. Here's what you want to do. Go to Law with Nelothel. An anagram for hole in the wall. When you attack Hotzenplotz, it's going to make everyone in this town hostile, including the shopkeep, Barnabas. Barnabas will also kick your ass. And there's not much you can do about that. Your real concern here before you do this, though, is there's a rattling merchant who sells keys. See if you can get him to leave town with you. It's not easy. You have to just kind of head to the exit and hope that he gets over there. So you can wait, and there he is. So now we're going to leave with the rattling guy, lead him back to Tavern. And as you can see, he followed me. And then we're going to go back. And it's okay. I mean, there's no one else here that really matters. Like I said, there's a side quest guy that you can also try to do that with. And I'll show you who that is, because we haven't really explored around Lawanilethel much. But there's a drunk dude. There he is. Or I don't know if he's drunk, but he's gone wild. Wreathnet, the drunken dwarf, babbles, me was so close. So he is drunk, yeah. Me almost discovered the key to finding Rolf, and then I floundered. Me had me hands on the key. Almost. But me got confused by those damned, seemingly infinite dungeon levels in the Eastern Draculor chain. Me name's the key to the dungeon level you need to find. Funny, isn't it? Guess the level where part of the key to Rolf is hidden? So, Wreathnet. It's not always going to be the same. Wreathnet. It's an anagram as well. Get rid of the apostrophe and rearrange the letters, and you've got 13. Got it! Me knew ye art a bright one. Venture to the 13th level of the infinite dungeon and be more careful than I was. You'll find the key there. As long as you have the quest, it doesn't really matter if he gets hostile, but you can also lead him out of Lawanilethel if you want. And take him to Tavern. But it's not necessary. You don't have to go back to this guy to, like, complete the quest. Your crime boss is going to be right in here. And if you want, you can take his goons out with him. It doesn't... You kind of will have to eventually anyway. So maybe try to line them up, because the wand blasts in a line. And you don't want to do it with him right in your face either. What a good strategy to do here is see if you can line them up like this. Blast the wand. See how it's doing. If it's not doing great, get out of dodge and then come back to town and finish what you started. Also, go coward before you do anything. I'm going to try to line them up better than this. Just keep waiting. Come on, guys. Come on. All three of you line up in a row. It'd be really nice. Alright, let's give this a shot. Wand of Acid. Blast them. Okay. As you can see, that was amazing. Don't think that you're like super lucky and try to melee him now or try to missile him down. Just continue with the stream of acid until he's dead. Alright, now get the heck out of dodge quickly. I'm really surprised that this guy didn't go hostile. I've never seen that happen. Usually everyone in town wants to kill you. But that's enough to complete the quest. A giant boar. This is for an ultra ending. Let's fight it. If you can get the giant boar to appear, killing it has a chance to drop its skull. I've never not gotten the skull, but I've heard a lot of people have trouble with it. We're not going to do this, but this is for a secret ending to the game. You need the giant boar skull. And now we will go talk to the sheriff. Congratulations, ye have vanquished a dangerous foe. Hotzenplotz has been a dangerous enemy for many years. Take this reward as a sign of recognition of your valor. Alright. So he gave us the marble amulet, and we're going to equip that. That's the amulet of law. And so now, basically, the more chaotic monsters we kill, the faster our lawful alignment will increase. Our lawful alignment will just also increase over time. So that's really cool. We are very close to being crowned. So I say let's... Oh, well, hello. That, we got ambushed, but that's okay. Remember when I said this is a good way to get arrows? Let's go ahead and go coward and get them to shoot a bunch of arrows at us, because we need them. I've found that if you press, like, down, 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 diagonal, down, 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 over, 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 diagonal, up, 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 diagonal, up, 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 the other way, over, over, over. Just press every direction 3 times. You tend to run around them. They will shoot arrows at you infinitely. So we'll keep doing this for a little while longer. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and take them out. And pick up all of those arrows. There's going to be a ton of them. We've got 4 blessed arrows on right now. And then what else do we have? 3 uncursed arrows and 3 other arrows. Let's see what we are left with when we're done here. Gloves. Oh wow, that's a ton of arrows. That's about 50 arrows. Excellent. Eat the barbarian corpse because we're horrifying monsters of dwarven beings. Alright. Well, 95 arrows. And then another stack of 20. We've got a stack of 98. We've got a stack of 4, a stack of 20. Excellent. That is an amazing amount of arrows. Let's go ahead and attempt the graveyard. Before we do... you know what? Actually, before we do, I want to go pick up the ancient mummy wrappings again. We should have done that before we left Dwarf Town before, and I screwed up, but that's okay. We'll go back to Dwarf Town. And this episode's going to run a little bit long, but that's okay. We're going to go back to Dwarf Town, and we are going to finish the graveyard before I finish this episode. That's not the right one. We want to go to this one. And we will go get blessed a few more times. We did it 20 times last time, so we'll do it 10 times this time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The more you do it, the more it stacks the duration. And being blessed is a very good idea for the graveyard. Okay, got some green slimes on our way. Hungry, so we'll eat some lizards. We're almost there. Yikes. Is it greater? Nope, just a regular doppelganger. That's fine. Berserk it down. Get off me. And we gained a level too. That was worth it. Let's see. Can I get athletics to 80? Yep. And then probably healing. Try to get that towards 100. Another doppelganger. This one is a greater doppelganger. This one is a little bit scarier. Our willpower is not super high. I'm going to stay aggressive rather than berserk, and I'm going to stay in this hallway. Oh, so much for staying in the hallway. Try to fight a doppelganger in the hallway, further in the hallway, so you can't step out like that when he confuses you. Because it's not about if he confuses you, he's going to confuse you if it's a greater doppelganger. So you just want to be more careful that you don't, like, run away, run around toward other monsters. Like, what if a karmic lizard had appeared there and I attacked it? Would have been nothing I could do about it, other than I did leave that stash of gold in Dwarf Town, but still, you want to try to minimize the risks like that. This is an ooze that actually can corrode our weapon, and we have an iron sort of sharpness, so we want to use our arrows, our 95 arrows that we just picked up. One more floor. Caveman, please. Almost there. And we're at Dwarf Town. Alright, let me get back into my stash. We gotta pick up the pickaxe. I have no idea why I dropped it. I didn't drop it. What happened to our... Oh my god. Wait, what am I looking for? It wasn't even the pickaxe. What was it? Oh, that's right. The ancient mummy wrapping. Okay. The ancient mummy wrapping is because there's another wizard in there. I don't even necessarily want to say similar to an ogre magus, but they'll use cold bolts and cone of cold on you similar to an ogre magus. They essentially... the only magic spell they're going to use on you, almost only, is going to be cold. So if you're immune to cold, you will have a much easier time with the wizard in there. They also summon a bunch of undead against you, and they're fairly dangerous in melee as well. But we have plenty of defense to take care of them. We no longer need a backup shield. Artifact shields cannot break, so we can go ahead and sell that tower mithril shield. Also going to sell the gloves, metal girdle. Let's see. the tiny corals that I've picked up. The giant boar skull, which we will not be using. Herb roots. Let's see. That's it. Alright. Cool. Now we can head back. Sorry about the delay. We're already over an hour, but like I said, this episode's going to be a bit longer because I want to finish the graveyard before we end the episode. And then once we've finished the graveyard, then we've got a few things that we can think about doing. Uh-oh. There we go. Ice Lizard could have been an innate cold resistance there. But I think after the graveyard, the first thing we should consider doing is the Tomb of the High Kings. And then really from there, you've got a couple options. You don't even have to do the Tomb of the High Kings next. You could do Ice Queen's Lair. You could travel deeper into the Caves of Chaos. But once we've done the graveyard, we will essentially be done with the early game. And I'm going to end this part of the series on surviving roguelike mode once we've reached a certain point. Basically, the yes, you are for certain at the mid-game stage, because I don't want to spoil too much of the game. But I would consider everything we're doing now to still be part of the early game. Essentially, once you reach about level 20, you should be relatively close to the mid-game. And now, so we can do the graveyard. After we've done the graveyard, like I said, we can do Ice Queen's Lair, we can do the Tomb of the High Kings. You can also come down here and venture into the long and nondescript tunnel that I told you not to check out. Once you've got this much protection, you're pretty safe, and especially if you have a high damage weapon. A moderate damage weapon, I guess I should say. Like a Sword of Sharpness. Wandering Giant. Yeah, that's evade. So there's several things that you can do. Basically, though, if you're ready, or you think you're ready for the Tower of Eternal Flames, then that's where this series will come to an end. I'll start it off again with a wizard character and go back through the same kind of motions, but show you more different tactics that you would use as a wizard. So we are going to step into the Ancient Dwarven Graveyard now, and I'm going to keep the Marble Amulet on for now, just for the boost to lawful alignment. And then we will kind of tread carefully. I'll go back to normal tactics here. This place is crawling with undead. Having a blessed Sword of Sharpness is very helpful for that. We don't need fire resistance here. So having stun resistance, or maybe whatever even the Black Ring does, I have no idea. Maybe either of those would be better. Honestly, I don't know of any undead that stun you in here, so I'm going to try the Black Ring. I don't know what that is. And then just kind of be careful. You've got the ghouls that can paralyze, so you want to take them out ASAP. Try not to get completely surrounded. Tinderbox, sure. That's an odd weight for a great axe, so I'm going to pick that up. And just take it slow and steady through here. There can also be shadows like that. You don't want them to drain your stats. Keep an eye out for whites. This is one of them. They can drop a white corpse, and eating a white corpse can increase your toughness, even if your toughness is already 25. But eating undead is a chaotic act. That's up to you. We're so close to being crowned that I won't do it if I encounter one. Like the ghouls, you want to prioritize shadows over everything else. If you see that a white corpse drops, you can certainly pick that, or you can certainly eat it for the toughness boost. It's definitely not a bad idea. Ton of shadows, yikes. I'm simply not going to do it because of how close we are to being crowned. If you are surrounded and you encounter a ghoul and a shadow in melee range with you, I would recommend taking out the ghoul first. Shadows can drain your stats, but paralysis can get you straight up killed, so you don't want that. You can always train your stats back up. This is the mausoleum here. We want to get in there, but we got to go around first. You can also take the ghouls and the shadows out from range if you want to be extra careful. I definitely don't think that's a bad idea. It's an odd weight for a short sword, so I'll pick that up. Alright, so we are about to enter the mausoleum. Do I still have the Staff of Sensing Traps? I do. So we are going to use that in here, but not right away. Hopefully our blessed 7 League boots survive this trip. It'd be a real shame if they get destroyed, but there are a ton of traps in here. Now I'm going to switch out the Marble Amulet for the Ankh, for the boost to luck, because we need as much luck as we can get to get through these traps without being destroyed. You hear someone chuckling evilly, so that's the necromancer / wizard in here. Just try to make your way over to the right. Oops. Once you get maybe here-ish, that's where I'll use the staff. It has a radius that it finds traps in. Maybe here. Let's go ahead and use the Staff of Sensing Traps. You learn about 29 traps in this area. That's good. That's an acid trap. Hopefully we avoid it now that we know where it is, and we did. That's good. So you see, I wasn't even over here yet, but we discovered that corruption trap. And that's, well, we didn't discover that. We lost our bow there, which kind of sucks. Oh, it wasn't even the one we were using. That's good. There's a pit trap over here with a blanket on top. I don't think it's possible for that blanket to be... Oh, it's not even a real blanket. That's sad. I was going to say, I don't think it's possible for that blanket to be, like, waterproof or fireproof, but It's not even a real blanket. Oh, I forgot. We are a dwarf, so we can also just search for traps. Yikes. What is our detect traps now? 58? That's actually pretty good. Secret passage indicates that we have found our way toward the grave, toward the wizard. We have got our pickaxe with us, and we also have some holy water. What you can do is you can purify the grave, but you've got to do it before killing this boy. So the wizard here has defiled the grave. He's dug up the dwarven berserker Griff Bloodaxe, and he has reanimated him. Griff Bloodaxe is a fairly dangerous foe in melee, and it can be fairly dangerous to attempt to do this, but it's a lawful act if you can purify the grave. I'm going to go coward. I'm going to give it a shot. I've actually never done this. Let's fight defensively now. Or go coward. We can still... Okay, now we're fully blocked. Let's go defensive. Take out the ghoul. Take out that ghoul too. Take out this specter. See if I can take out... Oh, these are ghosts, not specters. Alright. You stand on the grave. Go into your inventory. And go to your holy water and use one. You pour some water on the ground. You are overcome by feelings of gratefulness. Congratulations, you have unlocked the following achievement: Soul Saver, free Griff's soul. And that means that he's over here. He's actually about to die. So he's straight up dead. I gained a bunch of experience for it. Suddenly, Griff Bloodaxe, the undead Chaos Dwarven Berserker, bursts into flames and is destroyed. Now we're super surrounded by undead, so let's go coward. That still wasn't enough of a boost to our alignment to get Lawful Plus, but that's okay. We're going to retreat, back up over here, and take on enemies one at a time now. Let's go aggressive, join this mummy, and just start taking the undead down. Things are going very well for us. Now we've got to deal with the wizard who's hiding somewhere over here. He's going to summon some more undead, I'm 100% sure. Oh, there he is. He just did... Oh, I thought... There we go. Just skeletons, so that's okay. Now, he's pretty tough. His ice spells aren't going to bother us, but in melee he's still pretty strong, and he regenerates health fairly well. We've got one more casting of Burning Hands. I'm going to go ahead and use that on him. And that hit him for 102, so that was solid. And now, let's see. Just keep hitting him, I guess. Our tactic is aggressive. Let's go very aggressive. So we definitely deal him way more damage than he can regenerate. Awesome. Took him down. Take out the ghost first. Take out the rest of his undead minions. Pick up the potion of water. Pick up the gold pieces. Now, you can also dig up his grave. There's a sword in there called the Sword of Nanak. It will increase your willpower by 5. Damage on it is about the same as the Golden Gladius was. That's also a chaotic act. Digging up graves, if you use the pickaxe over top of a gravestone, you can dig in the space that you're standing, and you can get treasures. You can get you can dig up undead that way and fight them. And in this particular instance, you can dig up the Sword of Nanak. That's a chaotic act. I'm not going to do it for this playthrough. Again, we're really close to being crowned. I don't want to do any more chaotic acts than I have to. But the +5 boost to willpower is a good boost to your mental defense, so it's not a bad idea. It's also handy for wizards, but when we eventually do that spellcaster playthrough, I'll definitely do it then, and I'll explain to you why that is then. So over here, there's another secret door and another enemy. He's guarding a hidden treasure. You definitely don't want to miss this if you go to the graveyard. These are the elemental gauntlets. They are incredible. As you can see, they're sitting on a trap. Draw out the bone golem, beat him up. He's not super tough in melee. And then that looks like an acid trap. Hopefully it doesn't mess me up. Okay, we evaded it. Oh, it's a teleport trap. These are the elemental gauntlets. So I'm going to show you what it says when I put them on. They are, as far as defense and stats and everything go, exactly the same as my uncursed gauntlets. But the elemental gauntlets give you resistance to cold, fire, electricity, and acid damage all at once. And they also protect your, like if you have rings on, having the elemental gauntlets on will protect them from being destroyed by traps of any kind. Not any kind necessarily, but like elemental damage traps. The elemental gauntlets are an artifact, however, so I don't want to keep them on all the time. I'm going to put the marble amulet back on and my regular gauntlets back on. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Hi, everyone. Evading as many traps as we can. There's this fire trap. A frost giant zombie that dropped almost 1,000 gold pieces. That's cool. And then there's this acid trap. And luckily we evaded both of them. And there wasn't any other dangerous traps to speak of. So our staff of sensing traps served us very well. And we can just leave. And now we're good to go. We're going to encounter some more undead. That's okay. Take them out. Ghouls first, then shadows, then everything else. Ghoul corpse can't do anything for you toughness-wise. And eating their corpse will paralyze you. And now we are out of here. What was this? Nothing I'm worried about. Alright, so we've finished the graveyard. That's going to be it for this episode. We've got the Amulet of Law on, we've got the Elemental Gauntlets, and next episode we will go back to Dwarf Town. And we went over by almost 20 minutes. We will go back to Dwarf Town and get the reward for that quest. And then we will contemplate our next moves. There's a lot that we could do. And we are almost at the end of the first series of Surviving Ancient Domains of Mysteries roguelike mode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. Like I said, there will be another series coming up after that. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a good day.